You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities, and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dinny Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
Hello, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another incredible episode of Vigilantes Radio Live right here on iHeartRadio, and I am your host, Deanie. We have another special guest for you guys, so you definitely want to stick around for that, and as a matter of fact, text your buddies, family members, or even share it on social media right now, and let them know that we are about to dive deep into another interview. Before I bring my guest on, I do want to say that you gotta have determination. Think of a time when you were truly determined. Think of a time when you were willing to do whatever had to be done in order to get the results you had decided upon. Visualize that time, put yourself back in that circumstance, and feel once again the driving power of your own determination. Experience once again the confidence which comes with being so determined that nothing can stop you. Now imagine what that same level of determination could do for you today. Imagine what would happen if you apply the power of determination to your current situation. Think of all the obstacles, all the difficulties you could move on past. Think of all the positive, valuable goals you could reach. Being determined and staying determined is hard work, and yet it is powerful, productive work that gets you where you want to go. You know how powerful and energizing your determination can feel, and you know the valuable results it can bring. So call it up, summon it up, put it to use, and take yourself with determination to those places where you truly want to go. Take that from me, Coach Deanie. That is my word. Are you ready?
You're live in the mix. Let's get this started.
All right. Again, welcome to the show. You're listening to VRL. That's Vigilantes Radio Live right here on iHeartRadio. And I am your host, Deanie. Our interviews are designed to go beyond the music, news, books, art, acting, films, technology, education, entrepreneurship, entertainment, and sometimes even past that thing that we call the ego. Our interviews are designed to go behind the scenes and into the minds of these incredible human beings. You know, the ones who were out there giving it their all for me, for you, and for the world. Well, welcome to Vigilantes Radio, where we bring you the most fascinating guests and insightful conversations. And today we have the honor of hosting Macha Roy, a talented French-American pop singer-songwriter based in LA. Her debut single, Checkmate, is a powerful and emotional track about the struggles and resilience involved in the relationship. So get ready for an explosive and inspiring conversation with the incredible Macha Roy. With that, let's welcome her to the show. Hey, welcome.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good as well. Thank you for asking. So, Macha, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. And for our listeners for our listeners who may not be familiar with your work, could you start by introducing yourself?
Yeah, so my name is Macha. I started, well, what do you want to know? How do you want me to introduce myself?
Yeah. I guess the the good talking points about who you are as a person, as an artist.
The person as an artist. All right. Well, so I'm 41 years old, and I released my first song into the world earlier this year with Checkmate. So it's been a long time coming. I actually wrote my first song when I was 37, but didn't, find the courage within myself to release anything until this year. So it's been kind of a crazy journey leading up to this. I've started playing piano when I was 7. I played classical piano for 10 plus years, and then I stopped for a really long time. And I always sang, since I was a kid, I always sang to myself. I always loved singing, but I didn't have much confidence in my voice and in myself. I had a lot of self-doubt, very judgmental father who I don't know, made me doubt myself a lot. So it's not until a few years ago that this love for music started to come out very, very strongly. And I started writing music, and I started, singing more and more and playing piano again, and got, to the courage to get it out. So it's very exciting, and it's all very, very new. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, first of all, congratulations for stepping out, putting your face into this world. I know a lot of people who are still getting older and still have a pocket full of regrets. And hopefully one day they find the courage. How did you find your courage to finally say, okay, let's do this?
Yeah, so there's this event that I go to once a year in Vermont. It's kind of like a mini festival, but of kind of all friends of mine. It's about 200, 250, 100 people. And during that event, there's a lot of musicians, a lot of artists who put themselves out there and who, do live performances. And when I first went to that event, I was like, oh my God, I want to sing. And I always saw myself performing, but I was so scared. And little by little, these friends really lifted me up and inspired me to start performing. So I was in a band at one point, and I just playing the keys and backup vocals. And little by little, I started to sing more and more. So that definitely boosted my confidence level. And my friends always just encouraged me to sing and to get out there and to do more. So that was definitely a starter. And I think it was I was 37, so it was 4+ years ago, that I had a really intense breakup. I sing a lot about breakups, so this is kind of a thing, a recurring thing. It keeps happening. But I had a really intense breakup, and it sparked a song, and I wrote my first song. And I went to my event, my yearly event in Vermont, and I sang that song to my friends. And everyone was really, really inspired by it. I had great feedback, and they were like, oh my God, this is you need to do this. This is what you need to do. And so that really pushed me. I think having friends that support me have really made me come this far. So I think surrounding yourself with people who believe in you and who support you is very, very important in this kind of journey. They've definitely helped me believe in myself. And so over time, every time I have a doubt, they're like, nope, you're great. This is what you need to do. You need to continue. And it actually just boosts me and just makes me keep going. So it's really great. I don't think I would be here without any of them.
For sure. What do you do when you don't have a circle of support or friends that, rally for you to keep going, and it's just you and you're alone?
Honestly, that's a really good question, because the amount of times that I felt like I wanted to give up because, once again, self-doubt, didn't think I was good enough, my voice wasn't nice enough, or the music I was writing wasn't good enough. I don't know, there's also an internal voice that just keeps you keeps pushing you towards that. But I don't know. I feel like I would seek out, support in some kind of way from, I'm not really sure, to be honest. I feel really, really lucky to have like such an amazing group of friends around me who support me this much. I think if I was alone in this journey, I don't know. I don't have the answer to that question, honestly.
Indeed. So how did that first show go? My first show, I got booed, and one dude actually said, yeah, he was like, hey man, give me the mic, let me show you how to do that. Yeah, I wanted to cry.
Your first show where people were like paying for it?
Yeah, they paid to get in. And it was like, yo, what is this crap?
See, that's the thing, right? Like, I was playing for friends, so I feel like they're way easier on you than, like, when someone comes to a show and they're paying for it. I feel like it's a completely different thing. I had never written a song at that point. And so when I came on stage, like, no one knew what I was about to do. And when I went on stage and just started singing, and I also, like, made a choreography, I got 3 of my girlfriends to sing like backup vocals. So we put on a show. So it was super fun. And all my friends were just like, where did this come from? And I was like, I don't know. So it was super fun. I got, a lot of people came to me after I sang, and we're just so happy that I put myself out there, and it felt really, really good. And that's what made me want to keep going.
Yeah, I put on a show too. Like, I had these dance moves, and I think it was the dancing that didn't work.
It's the dancing that didn't work.
Yeah. Now that I look back on it, it was definitely the dancing.
Oh, no. I mean, I feel like we all have those moments. Like, since I started playing live, like, there are some moments where I'm like, oh, no, I didn't perform at all the way that I wanted. It actually happened to me a few months ago. I sang my latest song that came out, On Dream. It's in French, actually, because I started writing in French too, which is super cool because it kind of came out of nowhere. Yeah. Up until now, I had only written in English, which is interesting because French is my native language. And a few months ago, I don't know, this song came in French, and I was like, oh, that's really interesting that I'm also writing in French. But so anyway, I performed it like 2 months ago, and I don't know, I was really nervous that day. I had like a lot on my mind, and I did not perform it the way that I wanted to, and I was, that didn't feel great. But I mean, I feel like it happens to everyone at some point. I don't know.
What do you do when a show or a piece of music doesn't turn out the way that you expected? Like, how do you deal with that?
So when music doesn't turn out the way that I expected it, I mean, music is very subjective. I find that I get feedback sometimes I get my songs on playlists, or I try to get them on playlists and like submit them to like, various people. And people's feedback, I have yet to have consistent feedback from different people. So I find that it's very, very subjective, and like one person might be like, oh, your voice is amazing, but like it was lacking this, or then another person was like, oh, this was amazing, but it's lacking that. And like, I haven't yet found like consistency that would make me really, really doubt what I'm making. And also like I love the music that I make, so I also don't want to like let myself, get too, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I don't want to like be too sensitive either to like people's like feedback because I know it's so subjective. So I don't know. I take it with a grain of salt. Like sometimes I get, feedback that is actually really helpful, and I'll take that. But then sometimes I get feedback that I'm like, you know what? It's fine. Like it's just if they don't like the song, then I think it's okay because a lot of other people do. And I don't think you can always please everyone. I don't think so I don't know. I take it with a grain of salt. Yeah.
So
I use the feedback that I feel like is going to help me improve, and I leave the rest. So I just Yeah,
that'll work, right? So your debut song, Checkmate.
Checkmate. Yeah.
It's about a
Very
breakup.
dramatic. Yeah, it's about a breakup.
And there's a music video for it that you worked with an
Yes.
ex-boyfriend on.
Yes, yes.
How did that work out?
I know, it's kind of a crazy story. It's yeah, the stars aligned on this one. So it was a really devastating breakup. I hadn't seen my ex in about 8 months, and I wrote a song. It took me a really long time to get over it. I was really sad. I was in pain. I had some anger and, a lot of grief. And so, yeah, it took me time. And at a time where I thought that I was finally over it, this song came out. So I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm not completely over it since, this is coming out. So I wrote the song, and I felt like I was finally ready. Like, things came together in a way that I was like, oh, I want to find a producer to, produce this song. And so I reached out to some friends, and I got referred to this awesome producer, Marius Fider, and he reached out to me, and he was like, hey, I heard you were looking for a producer, would love to chat. What are you looking for? Like, what do you want to do? And so I sent him this song, and he was like, yeah, I'm super down to do this with you. And so we started. I wrote the song, but he produced it. And then once it was done, he was like, you should make a music video for this because this is really cool. And I was like, oh my God, a music video? How am I ever going to do that? And then he started telling me how much it was going to cost, and I was very overwhelmed by it. And that day I got home and I called my brother, and I was like, hey, so my music producer told me that I should make a video. And he was like, for sure you should make one. And I was like, really? You think so? And, this is where it comes in, where my self-doubts come in. I don't believe in myself enough to think that, I could do something. But people pushing me literally made it happen, kind of, gave me the trust in myself to actually go out and get it. So as soon as he told me this, and I'm like, okay, I've got, I have to think about this. And the weekend after, I see my ex for the first time in 8 months. And so we see each other, and he's like, so what have you been up to? And I was like, well, I wrote a song. And he was like, of course. And I was like, and it's about you. He was like, of course you did. And I was like, do you want to hear it? And he was like, yeah. So we went outside, and I put it on for him. He listened to it very intensively, and he shed a tear, and he looked at me, and he was like, I want to help you make the music video. And I was like, what? And he's a cinematographer, so it worked out pretty well. And so, yeah, we embarked on this journey of making the music video together, which was a very cathartic process for both of us. And we actually worked really well together. I found a choreographer, I found a studio, I found pretty, all the components to it. And then the day of the shoot, I basically was singing to him the whole time about how he broke my heart. So it was kind of funny, but we made this beautiful, beautiful music video together, and now we're, slowly trying to become friends. And this is definitely marked the beginning of something new between us, which is really cool. And I think we both forgave each other, and said our piece, and were able to move forward. And this project was really, it was really just the beginning of that, which is it's really cool.
Sounds good.
So that's how it happened.
Yeah. Reconciliation. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The whole world, all our friends and everything knew that this song was about him, which was pretty funny. And same thing, once again, after the music video, a friend of mine was like, you have to have a release party. And I was like, what, a release party? And then I actually had one at one of my friend's bars in Mar Vista. And the day before the party, my ex is like, hey, so, if you're going to talk, can you please try not to mention me? And I don't want to be the spotlight or anything. And I was like, all right, I'll do my best. And literally I start talking and I'm like, hey guys, so I wrote a song and it's about Matthew, and literally it's just like, I just like put him on the spot when he like specifically asked me not to, but it just came out, I was like nervous and I was like, all right, so the song's about him, and everyone just started laughing. It was actually really funny. He actually thought it was funny afterwards. He was a little he like blushed and stuff. He was like, oh no, what did he do? But then afterwards he was like, well, that's you in a nutshell. So I was like, yeah. So it was actually pretty funny.
All right. So I bet he turned red.
Yeah, he did for sure. He was like, no, why? Why did you have to do this? Specifically asked you not to, but I was like, sorry. But it made like naturally like a funny moment. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, we are getting ready to play Checkmate, and then we'll be back to put Macha Roy in our traditional hot seat where she can perform for us, whether that's rapping, singing, poetry, spoken word, telling a joke, telling a story from her life, playing an instrument, giving some advice, or doing nothing at all. That is cool as well. But for right now, here it is, Checkmate. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Hanging by a raindrop of fire. I'm hanging by a raindrop of fire. One day you're in love, one day you're not. One day I'm in love, now I'm out of love. Checkmate to my heart. Checkmate to my heart. Checkmate to my heart. Checkmate, checkmate. There were so many signs, I should have listened. My reason left me dry, I'm disillusioned. You played our love like in a game of chess. You fooled me with your charm, I've got nothing left. The lights are out, I'm alone in the dark, I'm about to fall apart. The lights are out, don't know how to break out of this never-ending warp. The lights are out, I'm alone in the dark, I'm about to fall apart. The lights are out, don't know how to break out of this never-ending warp. Checkmate, checkmate to my heart. Checkmate to my heart. Checkmate to my heart. Checkmate, checkmate.
Wow, what an incredible song. I wouldn't guess that she had just started singing professionally, 5 years ago? This song is phenomenal. All right, with that, let's go ahead and bring her back. Hey, you're back live with us and in our hot seat.
Okay.
What are you going to perform for us?
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm going to perform?
If you want to, you don't have to.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was not told that this was going to happen, and I did not prepare at all for it.
It was in the direction.
Yeah, I don't even have like, my instrument or anything. Like,
it's all good. Well, if you like, where would you like our listeners to find you online?
Yeah, I mean that would be amazing. On Spotify, I'm on Spotify under Macha Roy, MACHAROY. Yeah, and I released another song like 2 months ago, Un Dream in French, and then I'm releasing another song in about a week. That's going to be in English too. It's called From the Other Side, and yeah.
All right. And listeners, just in case you need links to find her music and to find her, I will have them in the description of this episode and in the show notes. So all you guys have to do is just click the links. Well, I want to thank you so much, Macha, for being our special guest tonight. It was truly an honor.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. Take care. Have a great night.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, what's up, long time? I forgot to mention that, oh, by the way, this is Deanie, Vigilantes Radio Live, VP of Operations for Busy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony, blah, blah, blah. Anyhow, Only One Theory dropped a new single. It is called La Jefecita. It's on Spotify. As a matter of fact, it's on all major platforms. You should check it out right now. Oh, and by the way, there's also a visual on YouTube. It's hot. Check it out today. Onlyonetheory.com. Check that out too. Peace.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio Live. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab it from either Spreaker.com/Only One Media Group, Spotify, Castbox, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, the app Podcast Addict, or over at our website, which again is onlyonemediagroup.com, and that goes for every single show that we've ever aired. If you like to request some music or send something for me to play, email it to vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. That is V as in Victor. And here's my disclaimer. We are genre-free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay, but facts alone. And actually, scratch all of that, because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, so deal with it. Just kidding. On behalf of myself, Deanie, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in, either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word, because sharing is caring. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure that you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Snapchat, TikTok, and all social media sites, as well as Spreaker, YouTube. We always follow back. Okay, well, just remember to put yourself into everything that you do and never stop investing in yourself. Peace, love, grilled cheese, and talk with you later.
You fooled me with your charm. I've got nothing left.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.onlyonemediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.
What's up, guys? It's Deanie, and I want to welcome you on a journey of the heart and of the mind. These Fucking Feelings podcast is a beacon in the world of mental health advocacy, and it invites you to join a conversation that's changing lives. We are here to share, listen, and grow together. Led by the passionate Micah Bravery, alongside the insightful Rebecca and Crystal. This award-winning podcast dives deep into the human experience, from navigating relationships to coping with loss. No topic is off limits. It's about real stories and real emotions. These Fucking Feelings is more than just a show. It's a community, a place where vulnerable isn't just accepted, it's celebrated. You can find it across major platforms, including YouTube and Facebook Watch. This podcast is a touchstone for anyone seeking understanding and support. These Fucking Feelings podcast, where every emotion is valid and every story matters. Tune in and transform the way you see mental health.